Hi everyone. Today we're going to have a very special video to share with you. We're going to provide you with a summary of the Crew 2 Dragon Endeavour 8-hour return trip from the International Space Station to Earth. Welcome to Reaching for the Moon, hosted by me, Ed Grace. The Crew 2 Dragon was launched and docked with the International Space Station in April of 2021. Originally, the Crew 3 Dragon was scheduled to launch and dock at the International Space Station before the Crew 2 Dragon departed for its return voyage to Earth. However, weather issues in the Kennedy Space Center launch area and an undisclosed health issue with an unidentified astronaut caused NASA to make a decision to bring Crew 2 Dragon home before launching the Crew 3 Dragon spacecraft. Crew 2's Dragon's return was then delayed by 1 day, but that turned out to be positive for the mission. The original return flight would have taken 18 hours, whereas the flight on November 8th lasted only 8 hours. In addition, the landing area in the Gulf of Mexico, off the shore of Pensacola, Florida, where Crew 2 Dragon was scheduled to splash down, was described as looking like a mirrored lake, i.e., no rough seas. As a safety precaution, the Dragon has 3 days of meals aboard in case there are any unexpected delays in landing. Here are the 4 astronauts that have now spent 199 days at the International Space Station. Shane Kimball from NASA is the commander of the NASA SpaceX Crew 2 mission. Catherine Megan MacArthur from NASA is the Crew 2 pilot. Anhiko Hoshida is a Japanese JAXA astronaut, and Thomas Gaudier-Pesquet is French, and he's the European Space Agency astronaut. Interestingly, Megan MacArthur's husband is NASA astronaut Bob Behnken. Behnken was the Joint Operations Commander on the first crewed flight of the SpaceX Crew Dragon, the Demo 2 mission, which completed its journey in August of 2020. By the way, Bob's flight used the same Dragon spacecraft as was being used by this Crew 2 Dragon mission. Thus, Bob and Megan flew in the same Dragon spacecraft. This is an image of the Dragon still docked to the International Space Station. At the prescribed time on Monday, November 8th at 2:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Crew 2 Dragon autonomously undocked from the International Space Station. In this image, you can see that Dragon is floating away and no longer docked to the International Space Station. The Dragon is not doing a complete flyby of the International Space Station and filming the International Space Station before departing on its return to Earth. This is going to allow the ground personnel to inspect areas of the International Space Station that cannot be seen by the cameras located outside the ISS. The 360-degree flyby is going to take 4 burns and 1 hour to complete, as shown in the graph on your screen. At the completion of the flyby, Dragon will perform 2 separation burns to start its journey back to Earth, which is going to take about 8 hours. At this time, Dragon is connected communications-wise to what is referred to as the Big Loop. The Big Loop means that both the Johnson Space Center Houston and SpaceX Hawthorne, California, mission control personnel are in contact with the Crew 2 Dragon astronauts. Once the Dragon completes its deorbit burn, the Johnson Space Center mission control will be dropped from the communications link and no longer be connected and communicating with Dragon. From that time to splashdown, the SpaceX Hawthorne mission control personnel will be the main contact for the Crew 2 Dragon. After performing a series of departure burns to move away from the space station, the Dragon will conduct multiple orbit-lowering maneuvers, jettison the trunk, which will expose the Dragon's heat shield, and re-enter Earth's atmosphere for a soft water landing. After re-entering the Earth's atmosphere, Dragon Endeavour is traveling at a speed of about 17,000 miles per hour. The temperature around the heat shield reaches 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit. However, inside the Dragon, the temperature remains comfortable for the astronauts. Earth's atmosphere and the heat shield will help to slow the Dragon to a speed of about 350 miles per hour. At that time, the initial parachutes will deploy and slow the Dragon to about 15 miles per hour at splashdown. This image shows the parachutes deployed before the splashdown. Ground crews have arrived near the splashdown point and are in the process of lifting the Dragon from the Gulf of Mexico to the recovery ship so that the crew can open the hatch and have the astronauts exit. Medical crews are on board to examine the astronauts before they board a helicopter to be transported to land. Once the hatch is opened, the ground crew will enter the Dragon to assist the astronauts in exiting. This image is of the 4 astronauts was taken by the ground crew before any of the astronauts exited. The first to come through the side hatch after the Dragon was loaded onto the ship was the pilot, Megan MacArthur. She was soon joined by the other 3 astronauts, and all appeared to be in good spirits and shape. Well, SpaceX and NASA have once again completed another successful journey to and from the International Space Station. These 4 astronauts spent over 6 months living and working on the space station. They contributed to hundreds of scientific investigations and technology demonstrations to help prepare for future exploration missions and generate innovations to benefit life on Earth. Well, that ends our video on the return journey of the Crew 2 Dragon mission. I hope you enjoyed our video. Hit the like button as well as the subscribe and notification buttons to receive an email every time Reaching for the Moon posts a new video. Thank you for watching, and remember always, failure is not an option. Bye!